I don't think I should have to talk after a game like that. What is there to say? I'm glad we won the game. I'll give a lot of credit to Arkansas State, how they played, and we had, we talked about that all along, that this was going to be a darn good football team, and they were going to give us fits controlling and moving the football, and they did, and I'm proud we made obviously the plays to win the game, and maybe we can start thinking that this having to play and compete and do all this right now will be good for us down the road. We can talk about those possibilities, but frankly, we're just glad that we won, and there were some good things I'm sure you'll ask me about, and I'll let you get to that. But anyway, it's just a matter of taking that win and getting better from there. Questions?
What was wrong with the defense tonight?
Well, I tell you what happens sometimes, Sam, I think with the RPO offenses is, they get a little bit of stuff going with inside run, but mostly with what I call the little bubble screens out there, and very accurate with them. And they did a nice job of blocking on the edge, converting first downs. I mean, his percentage was so high, and the yardage was pretty good. And so I would have to say that I thought the biggest problems defensively were not necessarily those things, because they were doing a nice job in executing them. I thought the times we gave them the big play because of a missed tackle were probably the things that hurt us the most.
Is there anything you can do differently with the corners in that situation, or is that just the way you want to do it?
Oh, I think that we mixed some stuff in there, and we had some fast tackling from the edge at times, and so I think that the other part is that they made the plays too and made the blocks on the edge, Steve. So,
Mike, you've had some real tense games early in the season the last couple of years. BYU, Oregon.
yeah.
Were you feeling a little bit of deja vu there? They're even going to the same end zone.
I guess I don't think globally too much like that, Derek. It's when you're in a deal like that. I've coached for so long. That's football right there. I've been in a lot of close games in my life, and so it's and all the parts are there. We're gonna have some great stuff. How many games does it usually take, if not all the games, that you even have to attempt to use your hands team to recover an onside kick, right? I mean, you can go a whole season and not use your hands team. So we've got all the football tonight, kickoff after a safety, the lining up, doing that. We actually, we'll have that now on film. We practiced that in fall camp, but there was a lot of football tonight. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown, gave up a punt return for a touchdown on a fumbled punt, which you often look at those situations where a guy fumbles it, somebody relaxes or takes a bad angle because of the fumble, and then you see the results there. And so then we had two great punts and downing the football inside the 10, inside the 5, I think, which was good football. So there's a lot of good stuff like that, and obviously there's a ton of stuff that we're going to clean up and get better at. I thought the quarterback was really efficient and made some really nice throws, and then when he didn't have something particularly late, he took good care of the football and didn't make a mistake with it. For his first game back in a while, I thought he was excellent, and then I thought that could be a snapshot offensively of who we want to be. Good balance, and the yardage totals probably. I haven't really looked at them closely, but I would guess that was pretty good balance, and it was nice to see us have some consistent runs. It was, for me, the offensive part of it, it's there was a lot of good stuff, but I'm kind of to the point where I think we should score every time. So I'm not a very good judge to talk about it, I guess, at the end.
Did you know that Trey would handle the entire load like that tonight going into the game, or was it something that you realized after a couple of carries that, hey, he's the guy that you've got to go with?
He's late in the week we decided to let him go and play, and that the substitution would be done when he got tired. Yeah. And you know, we're fortunate. I think we've got 2, maybe 3 guys that are all-purpose backs. You know, they can run, they can protect, they can catch. So we didn't, you know, we toyed around with having one of them be a third down back and all that, but we just decided not to do that. Just let Trey play.
What did you think of his performance on the evaluation?
You know, he looked like he ran well, took care of the ball. We had a very productive night.
Fencing is 48 plays in the first half on your defense. You see that number fast.
That's crazy. Hard. You know, this game, like I said, we'll find out. We found out a lot about our team. They never quit. It was hard. You know, we were having a hard time finding a way to stop mostly the bubble screen stuff out there, but they kept plugging away. And like I said, I think the biggest factors in the games it was the consistency of how they did that, but also some individual plays that we gave up, like the punt return. I mean, they hadn't, up to that punt return point, I don't know if they'd had even a first down to that point, had they? It was early. I don't think. But we kind of ignited them a little bit. And then we had what I thought were 2 bad penalties that helped them a lot. So.
Mike, your receiving core was pretty darn good for guys who hadn't played a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of that position, and maybe how it's changed with some younger, quicker guys?
Yeah, I'm excited about that group. I think that this group will actually do better and better as we go and get into the rhythm of what we're doing in the passing game with Tanner. You know, I think that Stanley is really a good, solid player, and he's a warrior, and he'll just go get the ball, and he's good. And then I think that, you know, I'm glad Tyjon got in there and got a couple of catches tonight, and DeMornay obviously is an exciting player that can make some plays, and then J.D. Spillman. You know, you saw him on the kickoff return and just a smidgen of what he can do in the passing game. So I think we'll do more and more with him.
Side kick, besides catching the ball, obviously, is there anything specifically you would have liked to have been done differently in that?
You know, I'll have to look at that and see what kind of holes there were. You know, that thing, that was a great kick. It took a great hop at just the wrong time, and our guy, you know, I don't think he mistimed it. I think it just bounced over his head just in time, and so it was. But before I say anything about any mistakes we made on it, I've got to see it.
You don't want to be in that spot, but did you see anything in that last series from your defense, or hear anything you liked when they're in that situation?
I loved it. I loved the interaction on the phones, what was going on, about the communication there, and I thought the players played hard. I thought it was great football. I thought their players were playing hard and making play. It was big time stuff. It was great. Obviously, the crowd is electric. Everything, all the emotion in the world is out there. 1 play, 2 plays, just like this. It's crazy. And so I was really proud how our kids reacted and won the game. We won.
First blush, I know it's hard with some of the RPO stuff, but did you feel like you got enough pressure?
You know, I'm sure that the verdict on that is no, but then you're right about, you know, the other parts of it. The ball comes out so fast on those, you know, so it's like, why exactly do you want to blitz and then not have more people out there to cover the bubble passes? I mean, so you've got to make some really hard judgments about when and if you should blitz.
If somebody told you you're going to give up 500 yards in hockey after this first game. What would you have thought of that? What do you think of that?
I think that there was a lot of things as it went along in there, Sam, that I really, really liked about the calling of the defense, how we played, how we communicated, and I think we ran into a buzzsaw tonight, a team that played really well against us. And I think that the first thing we have to shore up is big plays, and that's the thing we've talked about all along. We gave up, if they catch that little 10-yard hinge route out there and take it for 60. That play made all the difference in the end of the game, and it didn't have to be that way. So, there were times in there that plays like that we would have been a lot more comfortable at the end. So I know I've got a feeling how that all came down. So I really like. I'm 100% on this fact. I really like where our defense is headed.
How do you feel about your team heading on the road now to Oregon?
I'm excited about it. I think that it'll be another one of those games that's really hard, and we'll look forward to the process of getting ready for the game against Oregon, and they obviously they don't. The football is just always competitive. You don't know what's going to come up, but we're looking forward to it. It'll be great.
Coach, you mentioned it a little, but just what were your thoughts on Caleb Whiteborn and the punting unit out there today?
Well, I think that Caleb punted the ball pretty well. I don't even know the numbers, but even the first one, he hit well. Now they returned it for a touchdown. So when you talk about Caleb and the unit, there might be two different conversations there. I thought one time we missed a protection, and another time they ran for a touchdown. But then, I thought he hit that ball. I thought overall he hit the ball well, and he put two balls inside the 10, which I thought those two plays might have made the difference in the game, because at least we had to make them go further when they were pinned a little bit.
Coach, thanks.